All right, ready? I don't care about your feelings.
That was so odd. You'd be left of Lenin.
I can't believe you said that. Oh, jeez.
You have no power here.
What? Just two brothers.
It's just two brothers.
So in Loudoun County, if you haven't been following it, I mean, this has been on the news. There's, we aren't doing anything new here, but this story is very long. This took some time. What you had was a tyrannical school board, comprised entirely of Democrats, people who should never have been elected to the school board in the first place, continue to get elected because people don't want to have to pay attention to it. And that's the stuff that liberals really pay attention to because it's a way to control you. And they're the hacks for the union. And what you had was, it all started with a little bit of trans agenda stuff. And they're saying, oh yeah, if a boy identifies as a girl, they can use the girl's bathroom, and which is complete insanity, absolutely insanity. They literally said, if you have a mental condition, you can use the bathroom of the opposite sex. That's literally what that translates to. And you had a boy trying to identify as a girl, go into the girl's bathroom and sexually assaulted this girl. And the school knew about it.
Just to clarify, I don't know if he actually was identifying. I think he might have just been a boy wearing a skirt.
Yeah, I think it was just a cover.
It's still, the jury's kind of out on exactly what he was doing, because apparently this boy, according to somebody close to him, changes his identity on like a regular basis.
Yes, so a mental problem.
That day,
you mean
he was wearing a skirt.
Like I said, like somebody with a mental problem. That's literally what you have.
Exactly.
And you're right. I don't think that it has been actually he's came out as being trans yet. Wait until the trial, then he will. Guarantee he will then.
I don't know. I think the trial might have actually happened already. It is confirmed that this happened. I mean, not only was it confirmed by a rape kit, but I believe in the trial, I believe this has already gone through. You will have to double check that. But
anyway, so what happened is this happened, and the school board knew about it. Number one, didn't contact any parents. Didn't even contact the police. They said, we'll do this with an internal investigation. Because you have legal authority somehow? So hopefully that superintendent and the principal and all of the people involved can never work in a school again. Because they aren't even good government hacks. And this boy goes to another school, does the same thing again. They cover it up. Only this time, the father of the girl who was assaulted makes a stand and goes to the school board, where a confrontation occurs. Now, mind you, it's a verbal confrontation, largely between him and one of the other parents, who I believe that other parent had some sort of connection to the school other than being a parent, whether she worked there, or I think maybe I think she was the spouse of one of the teachers, is what I think it came down to. Or a spouse of a coach, or anyway, she gets in this guy's face, starts calling him a liar, that this didn't happen, whatever. And then they arrest the father. Now, this guy had every right to be completely upset. I think he has every legal right to legally go after all of those people as individuals. And I hope that's what happens. I hope that every person involved in this in Loudoun County literally goes to prison over it. Because that's what needs to happen with these people. Because they will continue to do this crap forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. That superintendent will go to a different school district and continue to play the pawn to protect the teachers union. And that's what'll happen. And that's what this really boils down to. It was a teachers union thing. And after that, the father got arrested and whatnot. The superintendent said, that they didn't know anything had happened. They completely lied about that. But then there was documentation that proved that he was lying to everybody. And it wasn't just this case. There was many cases that were this happened, and they were obviously lying to everybody. And this dad became kind of the poster child of parents at school board meetings are domestic terrorists. And they went to the ATF. The Plank administration just jumped on board because, concerned parents typically aren't Democrats. And that's how that all got going. It all stemmed from this whole Loudoun County thing. And that's where the statement of parents shouldn't have any involvement or any in what the schools teach their children, because if you're concerned about that, you're a domestic terrorist. And I really think that was the leveraging tool that allowed McAuliffe to lose the way that he lost. And it wasn't really, he lost, but this is really a pushback to what the Democrats are doing in government schools.
This is also what led to the sight of Merrick Garland getting just absolutely raked over the coals in Congress. Ted Cruz, I believe, just picked up the table and smacked him with it when maybe it was Jordan that smacked him with it when he asked where did he find out that these increase in violence or domestic terrorism or threats or whatever happened, and he replied, well, we saw the letter from the AFT and that was my evidence. And it's
what's really incredible about it is in modern times, in recent history, other than the IRS, this is really one of the first times that we've seen a government agency directly told to go against the will of the people, to use this government agency as a leverage tool against the will of the people.
Yeah, I would say it's absolutely unprecedented in American history.
Except for the IRS.
Yeah, except for the IRS.
Except for the IRS.
But for sure unprecedented when it comes to like a true enforcement agency like the DOJ. The IRS, yeah, I completely understand that. But
where the justification for this comes from is the words are violence thing. Words are violence. And by getting that accepted, that's how they were able to push that through. These people are saying things that we don't like, so that means that they're terrorists. That's what it boils down to.
I think they're trying to say that they're getting all these threats and whatnot against their life. I think that's what they were trying to say, which they absolutely. I haven't heard a single credible source on that yet. So I saw one.
But you hear it the other way around all the time.
Oh, right. Yeah, I heard of a teacher having a squirrel died on her lawn or like on her front porch or something like that, and they're like, "Oh, this is a threat." And then like her AC went out, and she started trying to blame that. Yeah, exactly. That was my exact. That was my exact thing. So the evidence on
when you aren't as intelligent as the dead squirrel.
I just
and get this though, those are the people that are educating your children.
Trying to.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
We're getting pretty loose with the term education here, don't you think? It's the freaking parents, man. Domestic terrorists.
Unarmed domestic terrorists that haven't done anything.
We just
don't like what they
words.
say.
Come on.
Yeah. And anyway, it's really, I think, to me, one of the reasons why this whole story is so interesting is you have a lot of things at play. You have federal government agencies, you have a trash school board, which almost all of them are, and then you got this union component in there, because you keep in mind, the union is the one that holds all of them. The union is the reason why the school board is there. And the union is the reason why the federal government got involved. So we can have, and I think we should do that here coming up, is we could have a very a deep dive into unions in the United States. and their affiliations. I think a lot of that has gotten lost because people are like, oh yeah, I'm for people earning a good wage, and